Hi, today I'm going to do a party look with a vintage gold eye. So something that you could wear for over the holiday season, for New Year's Eve, or any time of year when you just want a really classically beautiful, quite glittery party look. So I've already done my base. I haven't done my concealing yet because some of the eyeshadow may drop down. So I haven't done any concealing or any powder. I'm going to start by using the Maybelline Colour Tattoo. And this is the gold shade that they do. And I'm going to take that all over as a kind of primer, all over my lid. And just pat that into place and smooth it. So now I'm just using a brown shade through the socket line for some definition. I'm using a matte colour called Day Gleam. This is one of their sort of glittery pigments. But you could use any shadow that you normally use to kind of create a shadow, whether it's a greyish colour or more of a browny colour, because you just want a little bit of definition just through the socket and at the outer edge. And then using exactly the same shimmery brown shade, I'm going along my lower lash line. And underneath I'm going to run this coppery pencil, Physician's Formula, just along my lower water line, but only at the outer corner. Just for a little bit more definition there. If you need more definition, you can use a more chocolatey brown or even a black if you wanted. Next, I'm going to add this colour by Bobbi Brown, which is called Sunlight, and it has a really vintagey feel to it. It's not a yellow gold, it's quite a soft, sort of almost minky silver gold. It's very, very subtle. I'm just going to press this glitter all across my lids. You can really see it starting to shine a lot, which is just gorgeous, I think, for a party. When you sort of blink and you really catch the light and get that shimmer all across the lid. It's sort of like molten gold. It's really easy to use. I mean, this whole makeup look is quite similar to what you probably do normally in terms of where you put dark and where you put light. It's just that it's very glittery. So don't be freaked out. It's easy to do. Now, I don't want a strong line above my eyes, but I need a little bit of definition in between the lashes. So I'm going to use this very fine eyeliner, liquid liner by Hourglass called Script. It has a teeny applicator. And I'm just going to draw the thinnest line I possibly can at the very base of the lashes. So it just defines the lash. And I'm going to curl my eyelashes with appropriately gold Shu Uemuras and apply plenty of black mascara. This is the classic Great Lash by Maybelline. Really down to the roots. So really apply plenty of mascara. Because you've got a light lid, it's nice to have the black lashes to really frame. Okay, I'm going to put a half set of lashes on. These are the Demi Wispies by Ardell, and these are kind of my favourite. I'm going to cut them in half and put the 4 from the inner corner at the outer edge of my eye, so they'll be a little bit shorter than putting the ones at the outer edge. So I've used the white glue because it dries clear, simply because I haven't drawn a thick eyeliner and I don't want to draw a black eyeliner, a thick one anyway. So by using the clear glue, it's not going to make the very thin line that I've got already any thicker or any darker. So I'm just going to drop them onto the outer edge. And because I've used the 4 from the inner corner, they're not the extremely long ones, so it's just sort of thickening up and lengthening a little bit my lashes. But you can save the other half that you haven't used for another occasion when you maybe want more dramatic lashes. So while the glue's drying, I'm going to do my concealing. I'm using Secret Camouflage, just all wherever I need concealing. So any pigmentation, any little spot, it's worth spending time just fixing that up and just really giving yourself a really flawless look. And then set everything with powder. Now for my brows, I want them to be really quite defined and arched, because I think it'll go really well with this makeup. So I'm going to draw in a slightly higher arch, or just emphasize that real high point, and then give them a bit more length and thicken up in the centre. And then give them a really good brush through. Okay, for my cheeks, I'm going to use Bella Bamba by Benefit because I'm going to put on quite a deep red lip, and this is a sort of berry reddish toned colour. Oops, put too much on there. If you do that, just brush off. I'm going to do a kind of C shape, so quite a classic blush. So just coming up high onto the cheeks, up towards the temple, and finishing off towards the apple. And if you have put too much on, like I did when I just started, just use a dry cotton wool pad and you can just take off the kind of the top layer, just buff a little bit with a powder blush, or you could just add a little bit as well of powder just to tone it down. For my lips, I'm going to use this Nars pencil, and this is their Velvet. No, it isn't. I'll tell a lie. It's their Satin, and it's called Margiela. I love this colour. It's a really dark, sumptuous red. You can use it straight from the crayon all over, which if you want to, that's fine. I quite like to use, because I like to change the shape of my lips, and if it's for a night out, I like to use a brush first, just to get the shape. Because I want it to be really precise. And just smile as you're doing the lower lip. If you smile with your lips closed. And smooth along. And you get a little bit more mileage out of your lower lip. Only do that if you need to. My lower lip is a bit thinner. So now I've got my shape on, I'm going to blot on the inside because I want it to end up on my teeth, and on the outside. And then I'm just going to patch up with straight from the crayon. Mainly on the outside. I'm not going to put loads kind of close to my teeth, otherwise I'll end up on them. And then I would take that out with me to do touch-ups. So to finish off, I'm going to go back in with the glittery eyeshadow I use, which is this sort of very soft, sort of vintagey gold, which I think will be soft and subtle enough to use as a highlighter. And it is, it's really lovely actually. I don't know if these lights will pick it up. Just to add some sheen. And that's it. That's the finished look. And I think it's a really nice, quite old Hollywood inspired vintage look. And you can adapt it to suit yourself. So it's one of those looks I think works for any age. It's such a classic look. Any age and any skin tone. If you are older and you're worried that the glitter on the eyelids will make your eyelids look a little bit crepey, then just switch out the glitter and use more of a low shimmer shadow, so you still get a little bit of sheen but without the big glittery particles. And likewise, if you need to change the tones, something like this is good for pale skin. It's a very sort of soft pale gold. You can use more of a rose gold if it suits your skin tone more, or a more yellow intense gold if you have dark skin. But I think just sort of switch up the tones to suit. And yeah, it's definitely a real modern take on a real classic. So have fun, enjoy yourself, and allow enough time to do your makeup as well. I must say that, because I think it's such a lovely ritual when you're going out to sort of do your makeup. So figure out what, I know this sounds like obvious, but figure out what time you need to leave and work back time-wise from there. That way you can really enjoy applying makeup, applying your eyelashes, doing your lipstick, and really get into the spirit. And I think it's just such a lovely thing to do. So have a great time, and I'll see you soon.